Okay, right. Good morning, guys. Sorry, good evening, guys. Can you all let me know if you can hear me and see a screen? Yes, can see a screen. Yeah, right. Okay, there was a message. Do I have an idea about starting the class at 4:30? Right now, no. But given that once fasting starts, right, towards the let's say fasting period, I might move this class from around 4 to 6, right? So if not, we will stick with our normal time from 5 to 7 because I have a class before this as well. I do have a small class that I do for my edXL students before this, right? So that is the problem that I can't move it ahead. But during fasting, I will definitely bring it forward from around 4 to 6. Okay, right. Okay. So with that said, guys, do you remember where do we have to start from? Which year? Where do we have to start from? How many of you all remember? We need to start from? Well, the 2019 A-level question, right? So we'll finish the MCQs today, right? And we'll also move to the essay question, right? Because I think MCQs will not take that long, right? So that is not very hard, right? The MCQs aren't very hard. So what we will do is we'll finish the MCQs, like I said last week, right? We'll finish the MCQs from 2019 to 2022. There are 4 years, right? We'll take maybe the first hour, right? Or maybe we can try and do it even before that. And then we'll go into the essay question, right? So the target is to at least cover the 2011, 12, and 13 essay questions. Maybe if we can do more, let's try and do more. And ideally, if we can finish off the whole thing by next week, that means the whole unit number 1 past papers by next week, then we can move on to the unit 2 and 3. So 2 and 3, I will be doing it together because both the units are highly connected, right? Okay. So we'll start with the 2019 questions, guys. I want you all also to give me answers so that we can go quickly, right? So the more answers I get, I know that you all know this, right? That I don't have to explain too much. Okay, right. So give me a second. Right, we'll start. We'll start with the 2019 A-level question number 1. Right, so question 1 says, the branch of economics that studies the decisions of individuals, households, and firms is called, come on, this is a very easy one. Can all of you all give me an answer so that we can kickstart this and get going? Right, what is the branch of economics that talks about individuals, households, and firms? It's a very easy one. That is what you call microeconomics, right? So microeconomics is what? It's a branch that talks about all of this. Then you have the other side of it, macroeconomics. So I'm not going to talk too much because we already know this, right? Then we'll go to the next one. 2019 question number 2. Again, a very simple question. They're saying the income payments made to resource owners of land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship respectively are. So in order, guys, what do you all do? What do we pay for land? What do we pay for labor? What do we pay for capital? And what do we pay for entrepreneurship? The return, right? The money that you pay for this is called, come on, give me an answer. Interest, wages. So you go in order respectively, right? So which one? Answer number 4, right? Rent, wages, interest, and profit. So you have for land, you pay rent. For labor, you have wages. Capital, you have interest. And for entrepreneurship, it's a profit. Maybe it could be a loss as well, right? So that is also done. Then we move on to the third question, right? Which of the following is a salient feature of a command economic system? Guys, what is the meaning of salient? What is this salient? What's the meaning here? We've seen this word coming. So salient, guys, means one of the main features, or in other words, we can say one of the unique features, right? A feature that we don't see in anyone else, right? It's that kind of thing. That is what salient means, right? A main one, or maybe a unique one that we don't see anywhere else, right? So can you have that into account, take that into account, and tell me what do you all think? Is a salient or a unique feature of a command economic system? Private ownership of capital, heavy reliance on markets, central planning, concentration of market power, decision making based on self-interest. What do you all think? Salient feature, one of the unique main features of a command economic system is answer number 1. Answer number 3, right? Central planning, right? So we talk about central planning here, right? So central planning is answer. So I did have a few other answers, right? Some of you all told me answer number 2, right? Answer number 2 is heavy reliance on markets. Now, heavy reliance on markets is what we call market forces, guys, where you have demand, supply, right? That decides the price. Now, that is price mechanism. That is a market economy, right? Then again, concentration of market power, right? Concentration of market power is, again, something like, how can I put this, right? Okay, we'll not talk too much about market power. We'll also again touch about this in unit number 4 as well, right? But remember, we're talking about market power and all of it, right? If you look at a command economic system, there is not real market power, right? Because the government is the one owning the thing and doing everything. So as an individual, there is no real market power. We'll talk about market power when we talk about these not economic systems, the monopolies, oligopolies, right? I'll come to that later. I feel not needed, right? Okay. So the answer is number 3, right? Going to the next question, number 4. Okay, this is a good question. The diagram below shows production possibilities frontier, right? For an economy producing at point A, right? So they're producing over here. What is the quantity of good X given up to produce the quantity of good Y? Now we did this, right? I taught you, we did a much more complex example, right? Remember we did this, remember it was with you all, right? A PPC, we had the distance MN, right? There is a shift in the PPC. What is the reduction of the thing? Remember I taught you all during that? Right. So we'll just see, guys, we'll try to understand this. So currently the economy is producing where? At point A, right? They're producing it. So they're producing 800 units of good Y and 100 units of good X. So they're asking you, what is the quantity of good X given up, right? Think, because they are producing 800 Y, they can only produce 100 X. How much of X can't they produce? Remember I taught this to you all. Read the PPC. Just imagine, if they were producing 0 Y, they could have produced 300X. If they were producing 0 units of Y, they could have produced 300X. But now, because they are producing 800 Y, they can only produce 100X. So what is the quantity of good X given up? What is the quantity given up? The quantity given up is this distance, right? This 200 is what is given up, no? Because you're producing 800 Y, you can't produce 200 units of X. So 200 units of X, you had to give up in order to produce 800 Y. So which one is your answer then? Your answer is this. Is that clear? That was a good MCQ. For those who picked it up from the previous MCQ that we figured out, if you have carried forward that knowledge, this would have been way more easier than that one. Okay. Hoping everyone is all right with that. Right. So, right. That is the end with the 2019 questions, right? Very easy paper, no? We had 4 MCQs from unit number 1, all 4 very, very easy ones, right? Second.